Alright, so in the alchemy releases for Murders at Karlov Manor, we got this new card, Scour the Scene. This is an Azorius enchantment, which definitely is not a very common thing to see. And it's not common to see because it's artifact synergy, despite being in those colors. So on ETB, you actually just get something that's pretty decent. You get a 2/2 for the 2 mana that you put into this enchantment. And when you sacrifice an artifact, you get to either make a creature on the battlefield or in your hand perpetually larger on the power side. So kind of decent. So what this wants to be working with is just a bunch of easy to get rid of expendable creatures, I think is a good way to say it. And so how I've decided to build this deck is really just digging into that artifact theme. I thought about what kind of decks would like something like this, and the closest thing that I could come up to was some sort of artifact strategy. And what goes best with this other than an Emery and a Psy Master Thopterist? So here's what we can do. 4 Retrofitter Foundries, 4 Ornithopters, we can make a bunch of constructs. Psy, making a bunch of Thopters as well, works with Retrofitter Foundry, that's great. And then Emery, just, if we're going to be playing artifacts, she's just the best. Get back a Retrofitter Foundry that's been dealt with, get back your Thought Monitor, start to loop those, loop Mishra's Bauble, loop Ornithopter plus Retrofitter Foundry. So much that we can do here. We're running some other things as well. Patchwork Automaton just gets bigger with all the artifacts that we play. Agatha's Soul Cauldron is here to give either Psy or Emery's ability to one of our many other creatures. We're kind of going in no particular order here. Obviously, since we're in white and blue, we might as well play Swords to Plowshares, get a Thought Monitor in here as well. Nettle Cyst, great artifact. This thing gets huge with Retrofitter backup and Psy. Unlicensed Hearse, hit the graveyard. That's just something that we might need to do. And this can become a very powerful attacker that opponent has to deal with. And yeah, that's actually all the cards. There's just Metallic Rebuke to talk over, and that's pretty castable off of our Mishra's Bauble Ornithopter really early. So I think all in all, these are really good cards. We just slap together a bunch of 4-ofs and then just bring in a couple 2 and 1-ofs here to kind of round out the pile. And we have ourselves a deck. We are playing some Surveil lands in here just because those are a really fun include to any deck that can play any fetch lands. And other than that, yeah, we're just our typical normal blue self with a little bit of white splash for the 2 white pips that we need to cast in this deck. This is Timeless Scour the Scene Artifacts. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like the video and comment on it, and subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now let's hop into round 1 and see what this deck's got for us. Alright, round 1. That's double Scour the Scene. I am pretty tempted to keep this. The only issue is that we just straight up don't cast anything. Turn 2, we just can start doing the Ornithopter thing, so honestly, even if we don't immediately draw land, could be worse. We'll hang an Ornithopter. No real reason to do it. It just blocks a 1/1 if they are attacking with 1. If they have removal to surround the Ornithopter, so be it. It's all good. There's a Watery Grave. Maybe we get Thought Seized. Nope. We will use this Bauble. Check for Counterspell. And seeing as they're holding this up, I will activate Mishra's Bauble and then move into my second main to try to get them to use their Watery Grave for maybe Brainstorm, Fatal Push, who knows. Could be Spell Pierce on the Bauble. I wonder if that's what they're deciding for. Alright, let's take a look at the top. See if they want to do anything here. That is the Brainstorm. Cool. They'll get to put some crap back on top for us to see it's okay. Flooded Strand, makes sense. Here's a Retrofitter Foundry though, that's good for us. Alright, I actually didn't realize these were My Little Pony sleeves, that's funny. Alright, not gonna bother attacking, we'll end turn, say go. We actually do find our second land here, so that does mean we get to Scour the Scene. Feels good. I would like to hold Retrofitter Foundry if possible. We do want to make sure that we can get a 4/4 out. See if they want to cast anything. They do. This is Assemble the Team. We'll go ahead and make a 4/4 after this. Probably should have let them resolve Assemble the Team before holding priority like that. Might make them choose differently. So, what we want to do is activate the Foundry and get our 4/4 smack it on in. We will resolve. Thank you. And let's take our turn. So we have our second land. I think we will probably need to take something that produces white mana, and I gotta decide if I want to Patchwork Automaton or Scour the Scene. I think I want Patches out. Probably a little better. And then we go Ornithopter, trigger Patchwork. That gets bigger, we can make another 4/4. Opponent is dead next turn, actually. Let's see what they can do. If this is just an Uro, that'd be fine. Show and Tell, let's try this. Hopefully they don't kill me. They probably can kill me through this Omniscience. Let's see if they can. Overflowing Insight, that seems to be pretty darn solid for them. I don't think they lose from this position, honestly. Assemble the team, sure. I think I'm just going to activate my Retrofitter Foundry and allow them to execute their combo. Yeah, okay, that's the Mastermind's Acquisition. They can have a self-contained win in the sideboard if they so choose, so I've basically lost this game even if they don't actually kill me right now. Thousand Year Storm. I actually really love seeing this Thousand Year Storm combo. This was not initially in my wheelhouse. I was always seeing the kills of Scholar of the Ages plus Mastermind's Acquisition into finding 2 copies of Approach of the Second Sun, so that's cool. I think Thousand Year Storm, though, is a really fun card to play. And I remember back in Ravnica, I made so many efforts into making this thing work. This was before I created the YouTube channel, so all those decks are lost to time. But maybe if we can find a reason to, I can bring this out again. And I mean, looks like it's just a good payoff for these Omniscience combo decks. So that's fun. So Traxa doesn't necessarily win the game just yet. They reveal a lot of stuff. Ulamog will hurt me, and I guess they are going to just Ulamog me away. That's tough. And yeah, they functionally just won from this position. We have no blockers. They can just attracts us till we lose. There's Ulamog, just take out the lands, yep. Pretty cool. And they just Atraxa with Ulamog backup, and they have us. So hypothetically, if I was to be able to wipe the board and exile Ulamog, we could get another turn, and for that reason, I'm not sure why they haven't decided to kill me right out of the Thousand Year Storm yet. Oh my god, they have to resolve 7 of these. Crazy. Or 5 copies, rather. There's another Mastermind's Acquisition. Their entire hand is filled with their sideboard. Thousand Year Storm, and there is Revenge for Storm. Yeah, this is probably my current favorite variant of this combo kill. I just love seeing Revenge get used as they go to a uniquely high life total. Okay, cool. So that was round 1 in the bag. Kind of just got comboed out to a potent, very strong turn 3 show and tell. But we did what we needed to do. Retrofitter Foundry put pretty much lethal on board. They had to win that turn if they wanted to disrupt the game. Anyway, round 2 coming up here. We'll go for it again. Here we go. Okay, opponent is here. They've mulliganed 1 and then kind of roped for a little bit. I've taken a pretty good hand that has Emery, Ornithopter, all this good stuff. We'll pay 2 life here, go Retrofitter Foundry. Here's an Ornithopter. Alright, we're ready to go. We'll have a 4/4 right away. There's Ragavan. Sure, you got it. We want to maintain the Ornithopter for a little bit longer so we can cast Emery. Here is a tapped Hollowed Fountain then for Emery. Ooh, we find another Emery, that's good. That'll be great for Agatha's Soul Cauldron. No attacks. We end turn here, see what opponent decides to do attacks-wise. deciding on if Emery needs to die. Hopefully they don't kill her right away. Hope they target Ornithopter. That would be kind of sick. Oh, I guess they will kill Emery. Luckily we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron to turn our Ornithopter into an Emery. Wait for their attacks. See if they will attack the Ragavan. That is the wrong move because we can sack our Ornithopter and eat the Ragavan. Cool. Also very convenient that this happens to be a 4-4, not a 3-3. We should be able to get going here. I think I'd rather attack, honestly, than doing anything else, so we'll play Nettle Cyst. That's a 3-3. If they kill the Nettle Cyst, we can just attach it to our 4-4 and go to town. No instant to put back with Mystic Sanctuary. I think we will still play it, though. That means we can Agatha Soul Cauldron plus Retrofitter Foundry. Okay, they do decide to go to face. Well, let's get in there. Hit for 7. They are honestly just about dead. Maybe I just make a little 2-2. Okay, that's not the 2-2 that I thought I was going to make, but we will go Mystic Sanctuary. It doesn't give me anything. And now we can Retrofitter Foundry. And okay, I guess it doesn't matter. This is just purely a deck construction thing. We have things that are annoying to kill with spell-based damage or damage-based spells that do 3 or less damage in one time. Cool. Solid round 2. Let's move into round 3 and go for another. Okay, round 3. We have Scour the Scene, Retrofitter Foundry, and Metallic Rebuke. Not super great. They kept 7, so I'll keep the 7, but we gotta hope that they're not super quick. Alright, Retrofitter Foundry would be a good play on turn 1. Turn 2 means we can hold something up. However, if I play Patchwork Automaton on turn 2, could also be good. I think I just go for the Retrofitter. Fragment Reality does get me a Ornithopter this way. It's not all loss. Voice of the Blessed. Would have loved to Metallic Rebuke that. Okay, so we gotta stop them from getting life. We need to get bigger than them. I don't know if I need to hold up Metallic Rebuke. I really don't want to. We're playing either one of these cards this turn. Maybe we go for Scour the Scene. It produces a body. And then next turn, we can start setting up Retrofitter Foundry stuff. We could just hold Nettle Cyst plus Metallic Rebuke. Sanctify. Yikes. Voice of the Blessed is going to be hard to beat. We need to find our Swords to Plowshares. Sai is going to be our big chump block finder here, and so this actually makes my situation a lot better. We're going to make sure to hit them a little bit here. Attempt for a little softening of them. We go to 9. We're going to need to start blocking. Down to 8. Okie dokie. Perfect. This is exactly what we needed. Swords to Plowshares. I will go for Nettle Cyst now. Nettle Cyst is going to be super awesome. Alright, that's a 3-3. We need to find white mana here. My only white mana requires me to shock. We'll go to 5, killing their Voice of the Blessed. Now we have 1 damage to the face through their block. And we don't line up well for this Metallic Rebuke. We need to hold on just once more. That is kind of a hard one to see. They are really close to having that, actually. Okay, we have to avoid them getting life total. They are pretty close to having it, aren't they? Well, we'll go Patchwork Automaton. We can avoid them gaining life. Here's Retrofitter Foundry. Bang, bang. We now have a 7/7. This gets to go in. Perfect. They will chump block that most likely. Yep, they want to just kill me with Angel of Destiny. I have Metallic Rebuke here. We just have to avoid 4 damage. Or 4 life, that is. Okay, what can they return with mana value 1? Nothing. So this is just gain 1 at your end step. That gives me 4 turns. I have to avoid a 2-mana spell like Sanctify. Well, actually, that doesn't gain them 2 life. Abiding Grace does eventually get them there. But I can still attack in next turn, so I won't die. This is fine. We have to avoid the spell that kills me this turn exactly. We should survive this. Okay. They attack in. We're definitely blocking. Well, I mean, I'll probably just block with 1. Doesn't deal combat damage. I should have Retrofitter Foundried that. That's dumb. Kind of muscle memory to just go through combat like that. We pass. They gain their life going to 32. Not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and sack a Thopter. Now we just hit for a lot. Let's give something big, or something that gets big. Make that bigger. Make our 4/4. We're still big. We can still Metallic Rebuke. If they can gain life now, it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Let's attack first. We're just going in with everything, I think. Unlicensed Hearst will make something off of our Psymaster Thopterist. We actually should be careful about that. Whoops. Probably should have made my Thopter pre-combat. Okay. It is what it is. Destroy creature with toughness 4 or greater. I think I'd like to hold on to my Metallic Rebuke, so we'll just let this happen. This still is a lot of damage. They're pretty far away from Angel of Destiny now. I'm going to go for Unlicensed first. Trigger. Got our blocker for the turn. We'll go ahead and end. Courtyard, sure. And they just have 1 card in hand. We should be able to Metallic Rebuke it, unless it costs 2 mana or less. We're definitely blocking. And I think we've stabilized. It does look like we've stabilized. They gain a life. They can't return anything. Perfect. Let's take some stuff from the graveyard. I think it'll just be the instant and creature. We'll go for Retrofitter, sacking a Thopter. Well, actually, we want to be careful about how many Thopters we sack. We'll just make a servo. And move our turn. I guess the Soul Cauldron's good. We can't use it yet, unfortunately. Let's attach Nettle Cyst to something that can't really be messed with. And we can get in. This will be a situation where we want the Thopter back. Perfect. They are down to 3. We could have activated the Hearst potentially. Anyway, we'll end turn holding up Metallic Rebuke and or Retrofitter Foundry, and we should find our way to victory here. Okay, we'll wait for this to target. 2 creature cards? They don't have creature cards. Okay. I assume this is not an attack, right? Yeah, okay, so we should have this. Let's go ahead and exile some cards from the graveyard. Doesn't really matter what it is at this point. Let's Retrofitter, make a token. Oh yeah, we're in there. Move to our turn. We get another Patchwork Automaton out. Make some Thopters, do some things. We'll just send in the troops, and that should be a lethal attack. Alright, cool. We were able to make it through. Good game. They definitely came close there, not gonna lie. That Angel of Destiny was just about 1 spell away from ending the game, but we were able to take control, and Artifact Synergies did what Artifact Synergies do. They're just still really strong, even in the Timeless format. Alright, so good round 3. Here comes round 4, right up next. Okay, round 4. Not a quick start, but it's a decent start once we get there. 2 lands. Doesn't cast Scour the Scene, which is a little worrying. And then we really don't produce that many artifacts for Thought Monitor. I think I mulligan this one. This is a quick Emery start, which is good. I think I keep that. Question is now, do I keep Swords or Sigh? Or Scour the Scene? I think I get rid of Swords. Alright, we'll wait to play the Ornithopter. We'll say go. We'll get a little card selection here. That's a Ragavan. I think that we might just want to play the Scour the Scene next turn. Let's get a Surveil land. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Man, that would be good, wouldn't it? I'm gonna be a little greedy and wait for that card. Emery can be cast this turn. She trades with Ragavan though, so I don't like that. We'll go Flooded Strand. We're gonna take a Shockland. No, we can take a basic. Go for Scour the Scene. See if they want to burn a removal spell on Ragavan. I think we'll just put 2 blockers out here. It's a little awkward if they kill my Ornithopter specifically. I'm surprised they actually... So they must have 2 kill spells then. Okay, sure. Ragavan hits once. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens. Just to Scour the Scene. Cool, they can't cast it. And I didn't really want to have the second one of those. Oh, well that's Gleeful Demolition. That's funny. What did they just, Oh, wait, what? Oh, they targeted it and then sacked it as a price. That's funny. Okay, anyway, we got lucky here and drew an Ornithopter. Or, sorry, let me explain this. They targeted their own treasure with Gleeful Demolition, and the way that they produced the mana to cast Gleeful Demolition was not as in they floated it before, it was they used the mana afterwards, so the target was not there when it tried to resolve. Kind of interesting. Anyway, we have Emery here. Emery looping some Ornithopters would be cool to do. I'd also like a Patchwork Automaton, so that'd be great. If they kill Emery, we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron to make our Ornithopter into an Emery. I think we definitely block here. They only kill one thing. Cool. So we basically have DIY Emery here. We want to take our Emery away. Where is Emery? There she is. Put a counter on Ornithopter, and now Ornithopter can cast something out the graveyard. Probably just make another Ornithopter. Cool. Now we got blockers. We have blockers almost forever. We'll probably take the Ragavan next. Phoenix check, sure, we'll block. They don't care to block. We will play a Psy into Mishra's Bauble. Huge. Let's make another Thopter. And then we don't really have any zeros in the graveyard right now. So I'll wait on the Agatha Soul Cauldron, and then maybe we'll just bobble. Well, okay, here, no, we can bobble. Let's give our Psy a bigger body. We see Gleeful on top. We go Ornithopter. Take Mishra's Bauble. Play that again. Yeah, this is what we want to be doing. Let's take a look at our top. Make Psy bigger again. Hallowed Fountain for us. And then we can Agatha Soul Cauldron, taking their Ragavan, putting a counter on our other Ornithopter, which now can be used to loop our Mishra's Bauble again. Yeah, this is card advantage. Let's go. So we'll end turn here, taking our 2 draws, and then before our upkeep, we'll draw again. Yeah, that's the power of artifacts, friends. Agatha Soul Cauldron absolutely busted with, wouldn't you guess it, the 0 mana uncommon Ornithopter. And I guess Mishra's Bauble, a card that's banned in a few formats, but we can ignore that part. Okay. Lethal Demolition taking their Treasure Vault. I really don't care. We can make a lot of creatures that can block those. Makes sense. We will take a look at their top. Let's make Psy bigger again. Oh man, and that's enough for opponent to concede. Well, that's probably one of the most powerful loops that this deck can get into. And the efficiency of these kind of strategies with artifacts in these formats is just really why I enjoy it. What else to say about this, honestly, other than Agatha Soul Cauldron? We got our target Emery under there and really just started to profit. Psy giving us a 1/1 every time we cast these things is perfect. And as we continue to do so, we can put more counters on these guys, and that means more loops of Mishra's Bauble per turn. So I think we kind of just become a self-fulfilling prophecy of a big snowball rolling down the hill. Great round 4. I think the deck really showed up there. We have one more chance here in round 5. Let's get in there. All right, 5th round, last one to go for, and we get Emery again. Perfect. We absolutely keep this hand. Getting close to Thought Monitor is what we need. All right, let's play this Flooded Strand. We'll wait on the Ornithopter. We'll take our Surveil and then play an Emery next turn. Bomat Courier, okay. Let's find that Surveil land here. On top we get Hallowed Fountain. I don't think we want that. Well, we could draw it and then be set up lands-wise. Yeah, I think I'm down for one more land, and then after this I'll be shuffling them away. Bomat Courier. That's a card. Play land, play Ornithopter, play Emery. We now trade for the Bomat Courier. They'll have to put a spell on Emery if they want to have it connect, and they will need to kill 2 things if they want, in general, the Bomat Courier to get through. It is a tapped land, so they shouldn't be able to do it. Emery might die though. Cool. That's why we have a backup Emery. Very cool. Alrighty, so we can go Emery again. I think we want to just Emery again. Lots of stuff in the graveyard. Anything good? No. Well, I mean, good things are in the graveyard. We will not attack. We will end turn. We will say go, and we'll grab a Surveil land at their end step. 3rd land. Emery dies again. Darn. Fine. We're not quite to a Thought Monitor. Best draw off the top is an artifact. Or a Swords to Plowshares to kill the Bomat Courier. And is this at instant speed? Yeah, it would discard the hand. They would keep the 3 that they've exiled. Alright, one more Meticulous Archive. If they'd like to let me resolve it. Thinking about it. I do not think the move is to activate Vomat Courier. I think they're just on their phone or something. Such is the attention span of the arena gamer. It is what it is. I have had some of my own desync problems, so that could be it. I think that they're just not at the keyboard right now. There it is. Alright, here's our Surveil. We now have 3 islands for any Mystic Sanctuaries. A Mishra's Bauble's good, not great. Actually, Mishra's Bauble's not terrible. It is a redraw. And it helps us towards Thought Monitor. Well, okay, it's actually not really helping us towards Thought Monitor at all. So this becomes castable next turn, this Thought Monitor, so I think I just need to keep this Mishra's Bauble sitting around. Now it does get really awkward if they kill Ornithopter, but at least if they do, I get a redraw off the Bauble, which I'm likely to just do instead. Alright, well we definitely block here like we have done in the past. Cool. Just a Bone Crusher Giant, sounds good. They are holding up that mana for Vomat Courier. I will let this go. That's a Hollowed Fountain. Here's a Thought Monitor. Now they actually can't attack the Vomat Courier. Mana Tithe. No way. Alright. We are tempoing in red-white. I think now I take that redraw. They have Skyclave Apparition as well, so that means that they're going to be able to hit in here. Well, we'll make them use that on a 0 mana spell. Could be worse. Mishra's Bauble redraw. Doesn't feel super great. Oh, this is a Winota deck. Okay. I could just be dead. Luckily that Skyclave didn't come off the top, which actually is not a human, right? Yeah, just Core Spirit. Angroth's Marauders. If source... Okay, this damage is doubled. Well, we probably don't want that to hit me then. Yikes. We go to 7. That is the Swords to Plowshares, making the Winota less bad, but then we die to the Angroth's Marauders. I guess I just have to kill that thing. I mean, we're still dead no matter what. We'll just let them attack in. Let's take a look at our top. We could hit double swords. Doubt we will. Let's see what we draw here. Has to be the swords. Not the swords. Alright, so we're going to die to whatever Winota gets to pick out. We'll get to see a fun, big attack out here. So Vomat Courier, not really what I thought. Double Winota, doesn't help them at all. Akthos Genscard, that is big. Alright, so round 5 will be an L, but I think overall we had very strong games with the artifact synergy. Really feels great to get those Emery combos going, and just anything involving artifacts and Thopters in general is a whole lot of fun. There are some cool red-based Thopter combo decks. I think the War of Yosha, or whatever that card is called, is a very interesting one. I think that's probably on my radar very slightly, but I don't think that we have enough to support it right now. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this deck, and hope you guys will consider giving a like and subscribing to the channel if you're new here. Also, please do comment on the video. Let me know if you tried the deck, how it did, and what suggestions you'd make. Those always help me. And with that being said, that's all for me. Let me know if you have any specific decks that would be cool to see on the channel. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video.